friendship, and I'm saying that with air quotes, that they're not real friends. I don't want to
Not
lead
real
you.
friends.
I've been accused of leading questions lately. I mean, on the Real Housewives of Salt
Okay,
Lake, I was accused of that. So
so first of all, you do not lead me.
okay,
Um, I couldn't be led if you tried.
okay,
Second of
good.
all, yes, no, their friendship is not real. It is mask. It is masked with opportunities and some deception and deceit.
And what about there is a woman, Erika Jayne. Now she is related to these two. She was well friends, not related, but she was born 7/10/71. So she is kind of in the middle. She is friends with both of them. Like will she remain unscathed, when two friends are having a falling out? Like I always like to
Right.
say, your enemy is not my enemy. Like I'm good with both of you. It doesn't always work that way though, right? So like
No, it doesn't.
can she remain unscathed? And does she have a allegiance? Does she lean towards one side if push came to shove?
Okay, say her first name one more time.
Erica Jane. Erica is her first name.
You know, honestly, I see it split down the middle. Um, I feel like she truly is trying to be friends with both Kyle and Dorit. I think if push came to sh it would be tough on Erica. Like I feel like it would be tough on her. However, drum roll, I feel like she would probably lean a little more towards Dorit.
That's good to
Sorry.
know. No,
It,
I'm just taking it all in. I mean, what
it would take a
Dorit?
lot though. Dorit. Okay, so here's the thing about Dorit. Dorit, I don't want to say she's not a bad person per se. She's got some tendencies that seem to be a little sharp, but she also plays the victim very well. So I would say that's probably why that would happen.
Right. Like if she had a kind of lean towards one, it would be Dorit.
Yeah, because Dory can't take care of herself, but Kyle can.
Kyle can definitely take care of herself.
Yeah, I love her energy.
She has energy. She has good energy.
She does. I bet she meditates often. Or does something to balance herself because every time this is I think the second or third time we've talked about her and every time her energy even though there's chaos going around her it's almost like the phoenix walking out of the fire. There's a big explosion behind her and she walks out and her hair looks good and her face looks good and she's just walking out unscathed.
Interesting.
Love
And Dorit's a little underhanded, but also
Dorit's a little underhanded now. Again, you get a bunch of catty women together. I just kind of feel like Dorit is more follow the crowd, and Kyle is more, forge her own way. So you've got an alpha, and you got one who wants to be alpha. So it's a cat fight.
so it's a cat fight.
Mhm.
Okay, that's very interesting. What about these two people are not on Real Housewives? Their
Mhm.
names are Spencer Pratt and Heidi Montag. Now, Spencer was born 8/14/83,
Mhm.
and Heidi was born 9/15/86. Now they are together, but what type of vibe do you get from the two of them?
Well, first of all, okay, so when you said Spencer, um, truly, truly kind of like his vibe. Like I feel like he is for the most part pretty honest with his emotions for the most part. Heidi, though, there's a little something there that just doesn't feel right to me. Like I feel like she may be looking elsewhere. I feel like there's been a little turbulent water. Spencer's the type that can hang on for the most part. Heidi, though, she's a little more cutthroat. So I don't know what to say about that. Like the two doesn't seem like it goes together in the puzzle piece. Um, Do I feel like they will work it out or be able to move through some stuff? I will. So a lot of changes in April, May, and June for them. So that will be either they're going to stay together or they're not. Like those 3 months are super important for them to do that. But did they are so you said they're not on the Real Housewives. They have a show, though they're on some show
They
or what?
had a show. It was called The Hills. So they kind of their height of their popularity was like they've been married for 15 years. The height of their popularity was in like the early 2000s.
Mm.
And they had been married for 15 years. And so, and you're getting a vibe of April, May, or June for them as like
Yeah,
a
I just feel like there's it seems to be a little turbulent energy in the marital part of things. Um, I feel like there may be some financial, like they've had a couple of financial bloops or blunders that have caused a little tension. And quite honestly, I just think they probably need to spice up their marriage. Like, you know how when you've been with somebody for so long, it feels a little stale. Heidi's getting a little itchy, like she needs something. Um, and quite frankly, she probably needs attention, not necessarily from him, but from everybody around them. And I feel like she's probably not getting it. I'm seeing some split energy, meaning they've had some major issues. Probably, but honestly, like around money, like around
well,
financial stuff.
well, their house did just burn down. They are in the Palisades, so
Holy
they're a
crap.
part of that. So that, they've been together. They've always been in the public eye. Again, like the height of their fame was back in the early 2000s. I don't think that they have, a ton of money, like they've done
Right.
okay for themselves, but they weren't really making a ton before the house burned down. Now
Mm.
yeah, they're going through some things. Now they have put themselves out there. They've kind of almost become the face of the LA fires. Like they have made
Oh,
money from it, like online. And she has an album that's 15 years old that's now back in the top of the charts. And all of this is kind of Spencer doing this. And like they've gotten more press in the past 4 weeks than they have probably in the past 4 years. Like it's kind of like a resurgence of Spencer and Heidi, which they're called Spidey. That's what they're called. They've always been called that. So money, when you see money issues, maybe you're laughing at Spidey, but this really is what they're called. It's okay to it's they, they were
huh.
one of the, well, everyone has a name now. They're kind of,
Right, right,
they
right.
really started a lot of things. They used to call the paparazzi on themselves and then have the paparazzi take pictures and then sell the pictures. It's really like, so they would say, well, this is where we're going to be.
It is
And
genius.
then they would sell it for like whatever, and they would get a portion of the money. So which happens now, but they kind of started that. Spencer kind of started that whole thing. So they kind of are pioneers in the reality TV space who don't really get the credit that they deserve, but they're kind of having a moment now. I don't know, maybe when you say that you foresee issues coming up more from Heidi, maybe it is, listen, a lot of times it happens on Housewives where you have a marriage and then when you get into the public eye, things happen in your marriage, not you know what I mean? Like, I don't think it
I
causes it, but
do.
there are people that change when they're in the public eye. Now, they have been in the public eye, but maybe being back in the public eye is going to affect Heidi more than Spencer in a way where she's going to want to go see the world. I don't know. That seems to be what you're saying.
Well, I feel like that's more of a possibility than just a probability. Um, okay, so here's kind of what I feel like. Like I understand that they're having this like resurgence, which is great for them. Not real happy that they're doing it during the fire. Like to me, that feels a little exploitative, but we're in today's world, so that's just normal. Unfortunately, but I feel like it's really good. Like there is probably some things that come up for them because of kind of what's going on. But and too, I'm telling you, this fire, I'm a little concerned their home. Um, I feel like there is something like I don't know if their insurance wasn't up to date, but it feels big. Like there's going to be a big thing, which is probably why they continue to try to get in the public eye. I do kind of feel like I don't know. I think Heidi's probably going to take it and run with it, and I think he will too, but they're going to have to get their money situation squared away. It's almost like I see it coming and then I see it drop. So that to me means like they could have an opportunity, but then don't get the opportunity, which causes the issues.
Interesting. Maybe it's TV. Like it's
Yeah.
really hard to get a TV show like just being back in the, so maybe they